Hey, happy Venus Friday. Freya Venus. Anyway, we want to give you some astrological, numerological highlights for July of 2022. First of all, on Tuesday, the 5th, Mercury moves into Cancer, and he's moving at quite a pace because he'll just be in Cancer until July 19th, where he goes into Leo, and then he goes into Virgo on August 4th. So you can see how he will cover those interpersonal signs because Cancer is personal, but it's the flowering of the personality. And realize Mercury is the guide of souls, the psychopomp. He could go into the underworld where Pluto and Persephone lived. He could go in the dead, and then he can go into the middle world as the god of thieves and business people, and then he can be in the upper world, abstract thought with the gods and goddesses. So Mercury is multitasking. He was the original non-binary mofo. But anyway, so the fact he's going from Cancer to Leo to Virgo to set up his retrograde in September, you can see this is the time period we can skip steps, or we can overlook clauses, or we can be multitasking at our peril. So since these are the family sunset signs, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo, it's important to make sure that we're not taking advantage of those closest to us, that we're creating those win-win situations. Aiding that taking advantage is Mr. Toxic Masculinity Mars going into Taurus on Tuesday as well, July 5th until August 20th. Now, Venus rules Taurus, so we automatically got a little bit of a softening of Mars, but in that softening, it can be the crystallization of Taurus. Do it my way or the highway, because Taurus is personal. It takes all of that fire of Aries and it brings it into the earth. So it can act from like the earth's mantle or the earth's core, and it can heighten the hormonal drive for reproduction and sexual energy, but can also create kind of a resistance. My values, my way, my highway. So stop the love you save may be your own with Mars and Taurus. And then coming up on that full moon in Cancer and Capricorn, the moon is in Capricorn, the sun is in Cancer, complementary signs of responsibility. That's on July 13th. Now, full moons start a couple days before. So that whole week from July 11th to July 15th is a time period where you could be carrying those simmering resentments of over giving. So what happens in the time of Cancer is self-care is a must. Breathe. Not react. It's not being reactionary. It's being responsible. Responsibility. And then on Venus moves into Cancer on the 17th. So right after that new full moon, we go from all that activity of Venus in Gemini to her being in Cancer, and that indicates the love of the family, the love of sentimentality, the love of just being able to be like a really good water that we boil pasta in. It takes a while for Venus in Cancer to warm up, but after it does, it's pretty sustaining. And just know that as we reach that new moon on the 28th in Leo, because the sun changes into Leo on the 22nd, again, Cancer is the interpersonal orientation of the full flowering of the ego personality. And then Leo is how we get out on stage and show it off. So Cancer, the moon, bringing everyone in to feel connected, drawing magnetically, blurring, diffuse lunar light. And then Leo is the solar light, the radiant light. Both signs can't court narcissism, but narcissism is on a spectrum. We have primary narcissism, which is the baby cries and gets attention or gets fed or changed. So there is a part of us that does need to recognize what our legitimate needs are. Needs and neediness are not the same. And so we've got the 22nd, again, another Friday, with Leo beginning. And then after that, we get the new moon in Leo, and Jupiter retrogrades on the same day in Aries. Here's an astrological hack. Jupiter always retrogrades in a trine or 120-degree aspect to the sun. So if it's in Aries, he's going to retrograde in the compatible fire sign of, if he's in Leo is the sun. Point is that we get to review all of those new beliefs, new beginnings, new philosophical ways of being generous of spirit in the moment since May 10th. So look at what's been going on since May 10th until we get to July 28th and see what if what pasta have you thrown against the wall to see if it would stick. And just know, on a numbers level, July is a 4 month. So conserve your energy, or at least be aware of how to monitor it and regulate it. This is Quan out, and feel free to leave comment section, your comments in the comment section, or go to beliefisnotrequired.com. That's beliefisnotrequired.com. Happy Venus Friday, and please enjoy your summer month of July.